Well, guys, the worst thing that ever happened to this country was BLM, Black Lives Matter, who really took off during the George Floyd riots of 2020. They were destructive. These Marxists, these communists burned down cities. And they were actually burning down cities in blue areas, folks. Yes, BLM was a complete fraud. And they raised over $1 billion, man, for the grift. Now, of course, people are going to say, well, BLM corporate chapter is different from the other entities out there. Nah, they still got the same grift. They still got the same grift. We all know that Patrice Cullors and them, with the main BLM group, they stole a whole bunch of money from people. A lot of people with white guilt donated money to them. But even more money was actually donated to other BLM organizations. Yes, people are still donating money to communists. People that really weren't looking out for any black people whatsoever. Now, in this case, this BLM scammer who we're going to be talking about here, she found out. She found out. Guys, I got to be honest, man. Tell you the truth, I believe that Antifa is more popular with the left than BLM. Because you can at least say with Antifa, even though they are terrorists, man, they're not out there begging for your money. BLM was begging for money, and they were doing nothing more than fattening their own pockets. They didn't give back to one single black life. Not one. And it's really shameful, guys, that these white guilt leftists were donating their money. Donating their money, man, actually thinking it was going to go to black lives. When BLM didn't help one single black life except their own. Mansions, trips, all this stuff, man. Now, this one BLM grifter, what was her name? Monica Cannon Grant. I believe that's her name. Yeah. I roughly remember doing a video on her, folks, and she's out of the Boston area. And she started getting this money, taking these donations. And what do you know? She blew it. She even scammed the federal government, folks. Oh, she's going to do some serious time, folks. Yes, her sentencing now is in January. But let's go ahead and get into the details here, folks, because these communists, man, they really love to steal from capitalists. Let's get into it. Right over here, guys. BLM link activist admits conning donors to fund her lavish lifestyle. Yes, a once celebrated Boston social activist has pleaded guilty to defrauding donors, including Black Lives Matter, out of thousands of dollars that she used as a personal piggy bank. Monica Cannon Grant, 44, pleaded guilty Monday to 18 counts of fraud-related crimes that she committed with her late husband while operating their Violence in Boston activist group, according to the U.S. Attorney's Office in Massachusetts. The activists scammed money, including $3,000 from a BLM group, while claiming it was to help feed children. And of course, they don't feed children, and run protests like one in 2020 over I'm not even going to call it the murder of George Floyd, the George Floyd death. Let's just put it like that. And police violence. Yes, that's her right there, man. That is her right there. Boy. Cannon Grant also conned her way into getting $100,000 in federal pandemic-related unemployment benefits, which she used to pay off her personal auto loan and car insurance policy. But she has now confessed to transferring funds to personal bank accounts to pay for rent, shopping sprees, delivery meals, I guess Uber Eats, visits to a nail salon, and even a summer vacation in Maryland. Wow, you got duped. Got duped. She repeatedly scammed multiple public financial programs and stole money donated by members of the public who believed their donations would aid in reducing violence and promote social awareness. Now, here's the thing, man. Anytime you hear somebody that says, you know what, we need money to actually stop violence, that's a red flag right there. That's a red flag. Guess what? There's no money in the world that is actually going to stop violence. It's just not. Let's just be real, man. Not one red cent is going to stop violence. You need to actually fix the problem. The problem overall, man, is fatherlessness in homes. You can't put a dollar sign on that. You need to fix that. Parenting is a problem. That's a major problem. And also, a lot of these crimes are happening in Democrat-run cities when people actually vote for their own demise. That's the problem. But anyway, look here. It says, quote, instead, Cannon Grant used donations to satisfy her own greed while falsely portraying herself as a legitimate nonprofit organizer. She betrayed the trust of everyone who donated and the public who supported her fraudulent charity, she added. Yeah. Boy, you see right there, man, they love putting up those signs of dead black people and duping people into thinking they're actually going to do something about it. Make a difference. No. And look at this here. They got George Floyd right there. Breonna Taylor. Guess what? No money in the world was going to stop them from acting the way they did. Not one single dime. George Floyd was just a career criminal. Breonna Taylor associated herself with a bunch of criminals. Goes on. It says the charges involve a maximum sentence of decades behind bars. Whoa. But prosecutors are seeking a far more lenient punishment with a max of 2 years in prison. That's it? That's it? Why so soft? Cannon Grant's public activism earned her numerous local accolades, including the Boston Globe Magazine Bostonian of the Year Award and a Boston Celtics Heroes Among Us Award, both in 2020. I highly suggest that they revoke those awards. I really do. The activist and her husband were arrested in March 2022. Violence in Boston shut down in July 2024, according to a pinned statement on the group's Facebook page. Cannon Grant's husband, Clark Grant, who was also federally charged in the case, was killed in a motorcycle crash in Easton, Massachusetts in March 2023, and the charges against him were dropped. Well, that's because you can't prosecute a dead person. But overall, man, complete scam. Complete scam. And I believe these people know exactly what they're doing. They know how gullible some people are. They don't care. They just want the money. And that's what she did. She funded her lifestyle. She didn't care. She didn't care about one single black life. She cared about getting the money. She defrauded the government. I hope she actually gets a whole bunch of decades in prison. 20 years should do it, man. It should do it, man. But I'm going to leave right there, guys. That's just my thoughts on this. What do you guys think of this? Black and White Network fans, let us know what you think about all this in the comments. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. And we'll catch you next time.